Chisholm just got thrown out, and really he has nobody to blame but himself. I know he didn't like the call, but he has been chirping at Wegner. Aaron Judge, between innings, walked him out to the field to try to calm him down, and he would not stop screaming at Wegner about that 2-0 pitch. And you always tell me, Paul, heat of the moment, but this is far after the heat of the moment. He got himself thrown out, then Wegner gave him a lot of leash.
He did, but you get so frustrated as a player, you just want to vent, and you're not happy now. Obviously, you're in a tie game, and now you've put Aaron Boone in a position where you have to go to your bench.
Now, I was watching him between innings at third base, just kept repeating it wasn't even close, and he's right, it wasn't. But you did have some time to cool off, and he took it out to the field, and he got thrown out. Now, the Yankees will have to bring in DJ LeMahieu to play second, and they'll have to move Peraza.
And once again, that high strike is called. Strike 3 to Carroll.
Well, this is the exact same pitch that was called to Vargas, and Edgar better be careful because now he's tossed, so he doesn't have to be careful because he's already leaving the ball game. Again, Herrera does a nice job of bringing it back in, but well, it looks like Edgar got his money worth it anyway as he's tossed from this one.
We saw it on back-to-back pitches, that high strike. Both players, Vargas, Carroll, unhappy with the call.
And his fingers on the corner. So what are we looking at? What's the point of replay?
Oh, he's been tossed out of the game. Duran has been run by Doug Eddings. And here comes Cora.
Well, I mean, they're all sitting there watching it on the big screen and seeing the finger. Even Adames laughing with him because he's saying, I barely get my finger in there.
And Cora has been thrown out as well. The Red Sox have lost Duran and Cora on that.
Like this. And here they are, 4.5 games out of first place.
Well, we have a fun discussion at home plate, and Reese McGuire will have to exit said game. There it is.
Strike 3. At a time, he caught Lawrence looking, and Lawrence is going to have a conversation with Ryan Blakeney as he thought it was a little low. Butler didn't like the strike 3 call, and he let the umpire know it. Umpire said one more word, and Ryan Blakeney didn't like what Lawrence had to say back.
Well, Lawrence did not like the call at the bottom of the zone. He's saying, come on, man, that is low. Blakeney says, stop.
They hit Ohtani. Suarez hits him.
They might eject Suarez.
Absolutely. Warnings were handed out, and Ohtani gets hit. If they're going to hit anybody, it's him. That's it. He's gone.
The bench coach will also be taking a hike.
The call, the field stands. Foul ball. New York will lose the challenge.
Aaron Boone not too thrilled, and he gets thrown out after throwing gum toward the field. He gets thrown out by the home plate umpire, John Tumpain.
Yeah, I think Aaron thought it hit the line from the review they saw.
This shocks you because DJ LeMahieu does not have much to say on the field, and Jeremy Rehak didn't like what he said and threw him out immediately.
Back here, bottom of the 6th, all knotted up. I'm going to show you what happened here with J.P. Sears and Gabe Morales. J.P., who's this on? Well, looks like he feels like all of it is on Gabe Morales, and you can understand why the frustration for J.P. I mean, he just watched his teammate come in and execute, get a job done with the fastball, not get the credit for it, and that snowball we talked about.
To know your outfield arm. That's a call, third strike. Well, he just ran Nico. Nico Horner gets tossed. Listen, this is an experienced umpire back there. No. Derek Thomas, and we'd never see Nico beef at the umpires. No, Craig is going to get his money's worth here. I think Craig just said you're better than that. You missed the call.
Low. Oh, and they called that strike 3. It was low, and Jordan Baker missed it, and Ryan Jeffers has been thrown out.
Interference came from. I really do not see it. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I don't see it. He was right on that line. I don't see it whatsoever. It was a very poor throw.
I'll tell you what. If I was Clayton McCullough, I might be back in my office early this afternoon. That would infuriate me what just happened.
Boy, he doesn't like that call right there. First pitch changeup that looked to be down below the zone. And Taylor's telling him, he said, Nick, that ball is down. That ball is down.
And now, after not liking that first call, and boy, he is hot.
Oh, yeah. Or did he get thrown out too?
I think he got thrown out.
He's out now for sure.
Yeah.
Because he said, he turned to him and said that ball was down. And did he get assessed another strike or because he had called time? He had called time. Well, they got to get Taylor into the dugout right now.
He is hot.
Well, I can't remember the last time.
Strike 3. Soderstrom not happy. He's going to turn around and have that conversation with Tom Hanahan, and he's now tossed out of the game. Mark Kotze out of the dugout now. Take over where Soderstrom left off.
And I think the fact that Tom Hanahan is even entertaining the conversation from Mark Kotze kind of lets you know that, hey, he probably has a feel that it's been bouncing around, and he said that that's down. That's twice.
We have an argument. Carlos Correa is screaming at Austin Jones. Rocco Baldelli is fired up, and he gets ejected.
He threw out Correa?
He did. Carlos Correa was ejected from the on-deck circle. That was a borderline pitch. Austin Jones calls time on behalf of the batter, and then Correa has a word with Jones, who immediately throws him out. What are you doing, says Rocco Baldelli, with a couple words in between.
On the way to Crawford, it is strike 3 called on the outside corner, and JP not happy at all with home plate umpire Andy Fletcher, and Crawford has just been thrown out of the ball game. JP Crawford is red hot. He's not giving up the conversation. Here comes Dan Wilson, and JP balled out on strikes by Andy Fletcher, and there's one away for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and JP not too happy about it.
Zone, strike 3.
Everything up to the final pitch.
And McLean is not happy. Terry Francona trying to back up his player, now coming out of the dugout. And the low strike has been so hard all game. Hunter Green got burned on it. And it looks like he's tossed somebody. Terry Francona has been tossed. Is that Nick Martinez? It looked like that had come off the rail.
Well, the bottom of the strike zone has been non-existent here tonight.
Is that a strike? Most days, yes. Yeah. But most of the game, it hadn't been.
It has not been.
What's a strike in the first should be a strike in the 9th, and everything in between.
And right there, he does the same. That's called strike 3. It was below the zone. Here comes A.J. Hinch to try and help his player, and they're going to... You know, A.J. was a step away from getting out there, and Phil Cuzzy runs Javi Baez, and A.J. is trying to block Javi because he is incensed. Joey Cora's out there as well. Javi Baez is incensed. I don't know what was said, but Javi is livid. A.J. Hinch was one step away from the plate when Phil Cuzzy threw out Javi Baez, and Javi's going to leave this game. That ball was low.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Andujar's just been ejected. And he is gone from this game, and the A's are gone in the 8th for the 2nd start in a row. A's do not score. We'll go to the 8th. It's 3-3.
Lindor with the theft gets into scoring position. And a count 2-0 on Soto. Buehler getting after it with Estabrook, the home plate umpire. Narvaez out there to push him back. And he's thrown him out of the game. Estabrook has run the Red Sox starter. Walker Buehler has been thrown out. And Cora out now.
The problem is that pitcher, Estabrook called it a ball. It was right down the middle. I mentioned Narvaez kind of stands up, you know, to make a better throw, but Estabrook can't see it. That ball's right down the middle here.
And another at-bat ends in a strikeout. And Laureano has just been ejected from the game for slamming down his helmet. James Hoyt tossed him. Brandon Hyde will come out after Ramon has said his piece, but the bat throw and then the helmet spike is going to get you run pretty much every time.
3-2. Struck him out looking, and Reynolds didn't think so. Leadoff double, Canario stranded. Still 2-1 Atlanta. 2-1, and there goes Brian Reynolds. He got tossed. by the home plate umpire, Clint Vondrak. He was arguing with Vondrak, but then he is barking at the crew chief, Dan Bellino, and he gives him the ejection.
Down goes. Pitch called a strike. Throw down. He is out. Reds are going to challenge. But I think the question.
He just threw Colin Cowgill out of the ballgame.
Francona might get run here too. And he's going right back after Alex McKay, second base umpire. Protracted talk here between Francona and crew chief, third base umpire Alan Porter.
What Alan Porter was saying is you were thrown out of the ballgame.
Strike call.
That's a good pitch.
And hearing it from the dugout is Adrian Johnson. Mike Schultz has been barking at him quite a bit tonight. Fernando strikes out. 2 down in the inning, and Fernando's going to say some stuff and get tossed. Adrian Johnson sends him out. Mike Schultz not far behind him as he's coming out. And now Mike Schultz going to throw his stuff. And he is really going to let him have it.
I'm not a lip reader, but classic example of Mike Schultz. We know what he's all about, sticking up for his players.
So Fernando gets ejected. Mike Schultz was ejected.
That started so well for Kevin Gausman ends much earlier than he would have liked. And as you can see, with a lot of frustration, he had some words for the home plate umpire, Chris Conroy, on his way down to the Blue Jays' third base dugout. The first 2 innings, he sailed through them, really. And then the third inning, his command was not as good, obviously, as it was in the first 2, and he took issue with a number of pitch calls. So Gausman is out after 2 2/3.
Strike 3. That one looked outside. Maybe it's a makeup call, and Chisholm's down on strikes.
There's no such thing about that. You missed a call, you don't make up for it, and there he goes.
Well, you can't argue balls and strikes, and he was teetering on that edge, and Boone was trying to break it up, but Bacon had enough. Now he might get fined too because he just tossed the helmet lightly, but he tossed the helmet toward home.
And a strike call on the outside part of the plate, and Morel not happy.
I don't think Rob Drake is either.
Yep, a full count. And Morel is out on strikes, and he has been ejected from the game. Morel ejected after the strike.